Hello and welcome to Exploring Tech Careers, another episode. I'm joined here with, can you please just introduce yourself, who you are, and what organization you currently work for?
Good. My name is Doctor Mafuwafuwane. I am the practice lead for practice for security services for Nexio.
Okay. Can you please just tell us a little bit more about your career and your career path? How did you end up getting the position that you are in?
In terms of the career, how I started, from I'm an IT guru or a computer engineering side. I did computer system engineering, and once completed, I then evolved into the cloud computing space. So within the cloud computing space, I spent almost not even a year. While I was on top of that, enjoying it. I'm a cloud certified architect or the So while I'm enjoying that, and then we were doing some of the guest lecturing to different type of universities, I then started this buzzing word that was coming through. People talking about cybersecurity. You need to protect this workload. You need to protect this infrastructure. And then I was fascinated in terms of what exactly do they mean about that. And I started involving myself a bit because I was fortunate enough to start a career with a big company such as IBM. Because IBM, I was a client technical advisor for the cloud computing division. I then moved to cybersecurity division or security division, which I then started learning around endpoint security. That's where I started to know what the endpoint, the antivirus is, how do you protect the malware, how do you make sure that by that time things were now evolving to cell phone. People started to use cell phone as their way of doing business as well. So how do you protect it? So I was one of the few people that worked around the containerization, building another cell phone on top of another cell phone to make sure that the work corporate stuff is separate from the personal stuff. So those bring their own devices. So I got so much interested around that, and then I got involved into security, learning about other platforms, such as now around data security, around how do you do the depth of the theme or speaking with data security, incident event management. As I get involved myself into a lot of things. By then, as a client technical advisor, and working for an organization which was OEM, which is the original the produced technology, IBM produced technology. So I found that I needed more exposure because you're now only working with one technology or the technical one organization. I then moved to a distribution, which was First Distribution. I joined them as a consultant, as a technical engineer consultant, as an engineer. So as an engineer, my job was on pre-sales. So with that, they gave me 4 OEM or 4 technologies to work with, vendors to work with, which was Symantec, Kaspersky, RSA Security, and so forth. Then that exposed me to a whole new world of cybersecurity because now I'm working with different companies. And it's my blood was no longer blue, it was now becoming other colors. With the likes of Sophos, I was now around firewalling, around data management, around and more up into deep dive around antivirus, because that's what they specialize in. And with the likes of Symantec, it went on to the things like WebGate, where I started getting involved into so many other things. RSA, security, around fraud detection. I felt that, now I was into the deep end of security. And by then, I felt it's time to go and exercise this whole knowledge that I've gained. Because now I was a distributor, which is like a middleman between OEM and the client and the partners. I said, I need to be at the front end, I need to be at the partner level so that I can tell directly with this particular clients and solve these issues in real time. Then I joined Altron. At that time it was still Byte. I joined as a senior consultant. Then that's when my growth started. Every year I got promoted to solutions architect. From a solutions architect in security, I then got an opportunity to act as a practice lead, leading the entire security division, where I had a staff complement around 30 people, and we grew from 3 people. So that was really great growth from my side. I then moved to Logicalis after spending almost 3.5 years at Altron. When I moved to Logicalis, I became a practice manager for security services. My role there was basically designing in terms of, now I was more involved in the business level to say, how do you now convert what the business want to what the customers want and bring that. So I was responsible for profit and loss of the organization when it comes to security, building the security products. So my role was more involved in terms of what product can we take to the client. So I had to do a lot of research, a lot of understanding the market and what the market needs. On top of that, I was the client-facing person. So if a client requires someone to talk about cybersecurity, I'm that person from an advisor point of view.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So you say all these roles that you've attained or you've achieved in your life. How did you actually as you said, you studied engineering, right? So, and we're speaking off camera right now, that you said you actually didn't know that there was some of the roles that you ended up attaining. What advice would you give to someone maybe that's about to get in university, is about to study, or someone that's coming out of university who doesn't really have like an idea of what to study or how to end up being in the position that you are?
No, thank you for that. And then if you look at that, is true. Like I would say to that, when I was doing computer system engineering, I had no idea about cybersecurity. Obviously, when you're doing security around AD, when you're doing the AD stuff around operation systems, but it was more fully networking, database, programming, and involved in starting to work and working in cloud computing. Even cloud was a new buzzword, but at least you could understand that it involved visualization versus some of the element that I was aware of. But with security, it was quite new because even in school, we didn't have any syllabus that was talking about cybersecurity. So, and this is happening with many other careers out there. There are so many other jobs that are not enough exposed, but they are needed. So security, when I joined it was really in high demand by then. And it's still even in high demand, and we're talking about over a decade.
Yeah.
Something still in high demand, something that I didn't know when I was studying this. So what I would say, our advice is that to youngsters that want to start something, is that building a career will discourage when you have a mentor. I did cloud computing because I had a mentor who was slow. When I was busy studying, he was busy preparing me to do those certifications. So one thing that we must understand, degree is one thing. Every certification makes you relevant.
Okay.
So my mentor helped me to be more relevant around the cloud computing. So I use the same mentality on the cybersecurity. I didn't go and study cybersecurity course per se, but I started doing certifications, which were relevant based on what the company requires, because now I'm part of an organization. So what I would basically advise is that people must find themselves a mentor.
Okay.
Especially when they want to be involved in the cybersecurity. Subscribe. Now we have LinkedIn, we have things like YouTube. Subscribe to platforms such as LinkedIn, some of the podcasts, so that you get a bit of information, because things changes as you go by. Even security is still a new world on its own. You will say that I'm a bit cybersecurity career, but you can be an engineer, you can be something else, you can be an administrator, there's so many other positions, even at the lower level, before you can even go higher. And the more you get experience, the more new positions and new other levels are there. So it's broad. That's my point. So when it's broad like that, the mentor can help you to say, I'll start with one domain. For example, you can have about 8 domains, and you can start with, for example, one of the domain, and you understand in detail. Once that individual ever understood it, and having the mentor and the reason to it, it really positions you very well in terms of what certification can you have, and you can then draw that roadmap of career certifications. So that I'm going to have this, I'm going to certify with this after a year, I'm going to certify with this, and give you some time to apply the theory to more practical world.
Into about maybe someone saying on LinkedIn, goes on LinkedIn, make job is like 5 years experience and stuff. How do you kind of navigate through those areas?
So when it comes to job experience, right? So when we put the job roles, like on one of the programs, schools able to hire people, right? Then I've hired so many individuals, of course. So obviously the job role is because of the workload that the company wants or the business requires, right? But however, as an individual, it goes back to a different time. So if I have the 3 years, it's just the next. It's basically looking for 5 years, right? There will be other elements such as maybe certifications. As I said, certification is crucial, right? That the individual have done. Certification can also boost or make people lenient when it comes to this career side. Because you have exposure there. It's like someone having, for example, a master's degree, right? And when they're doing a master's, someone said, you won't get employed. Or someone said, I'm really going to employ that guy because their knowledge will be off many bit. But getting through experience, it's a bit challenging because we need to be governance and compliance, right? So when there's place said they need 5 years. But I believe in say that communicate, right? So if I look at the experience and I see the hiring manager there in LinkedIn, and I don't have the 5 years, I have the 3 years. The first question that I asked was, am I confident enough that I will do the job requirements? Because there's always job requirements. Let's don't look at what minimum requirements for you to get in. Let's look at the roles and responsibilities. What will you be doing in a day-to-day? If you're happy with that and you can confidently do that, I say to everyone, I encourage you to contact the hiring manager. I have personally hired together with other managers people that didn't possess the 5 years or 10 years, but they possess the right experience and then the knowledge. They're hungry. You want to hire someone who's hungry. I can tell you, there are people who have all this education and all the experience, but when you hire that person, it's like you're living with a dead person next to you.
Yeah,
they're just relaxed. They don't have that feeling. In cybersecurity, it's a moving. Efficiency is important. So it's all about contacting people. That's why most people prefer recommendation, because you have heard about that person from someone at least. So contact those hiring managers. I've worked so much all my life actually with people that I didn't know before they hired me.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know before they hired me, even if I knew other people in that company. But my current manager, I didn't know him beforehand. Mm-hmm. My previous manager, I didn't know her beforehand. Oh, nice. My other managers actually knew him during the hiring, but we came so close. And then I remember when I was joining the Altron, I didn't. My company counter offer me, and I said that, but I want to go and work there. I want to go and work there. But these guys want.
So they're still willing to keep me.
Yeah. Then what I did was that, how do I do? They want me, and you're wanted. It's nice, but again, what's your visa? I went down and draft exit. What do I want? Let's talk. Where do I want to go?
Nice.
And what do I need? What do I need to in order for me to apply for that job?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I calculated that, okay, cool. What I definitely require from my side is that is this and this and this. I list those 5 things. Mm-hmm. And then I want to company, ticking the box. Does this company X going to provide it? And I realized my current employer, there's a reason why I want to go. The growth that I want is money. So instead of just saying the other guy, yeah, I'll come to you, I asked for a meeting with the hiring manager. That's what I'm going to say. That talking is not a half. He gave me an opportunity to talk to me off interview, offline. Nice. I've done it twice. Whereby I like the job. I applied before the interview. I asked the hiring manager, can I meet with you for coffee beforehand? Oh, nice. And when I meet, they said, what do you want from this job role? I'm ready to give you what you want. I don't want to miss that interview.
Okay.
There's nothing that gives us that bracket. Okay, people are the same. Other people will be rude to you when you do it. But I can tell you, 80 to 90% of the time, people will appreciate that. Because that shows you want that thing. You don't want to fail. You don't want to go to that interview and go left and go south. You want the meeting beforehand. I want to understand. And me, Mr. Hiring Manager, I hear you. You're looking for 5 years. I have 3. Mm-hmm. I have 3, and then I believe I can succeed this thing. What brought you to 1.5? And in most cases, it will be because of I'm looking for a senior person, and then the rules of law will say senior may started 5 years ago now. You can't be senior 3 years or 1 year. It's like when you have an engineer's kid. You can't say that kid until you promote that kid. You can't say that kid is that way because it's almost smarter than another kid.
Yeah.
So it's not about that. I look into them in terms of that, and I already advise someone to give that last push. To give it last push. There are always going to be gatekeepers, but let's give it that last push. And the other thing is confident. Confident. And the other thing is that we live in an AI world, right? Don't apply for everything. Mm-hmm. What I've seen is that, especially when you're looking for a job, it's not cool to apply for everything. But with the new algorithm, you can tell maybe you're applying to one hiring agent that they've advertised for 5 companies. And you have applied for those departments and they're not all linking. They don't take you serious. All will take you serious online.
Sure.
You have applied for an internship for computer science. Then you have applied internship for HR. Then you apply another internship for accounting. It doesn't line up. So you need to know what you want and stick to that and believe that you're definitely gonna get it. So which means if I'm saying I'm gonna apply for only thing that's IT related, IT, until I find a new dream that I'm gonna get to that. So that when the algorithm or if it happens, someone wants, they go like this guy last month applied for this type of role. Let's apply again. They took me more seriously, like he's 3 years serious and he hasn't got something.
Yeah, he's
so
just trying to ask
to move around. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. I really appreciate your conversation. And make sure to subscribe for the next one.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. And then, please subscribe, listen in, tune in, and then make sure that you do listen to ITWeb all the time because there's different great content that are coming. I was just one of the few. The starters, we don't have much of content. There are other content that are coming, something very great, something that I believe that you're definitely going to enjoy and like.
Thank you very much.